Hey Radical fans, today's Radical Rundown is going to be a sort of a fun topic for us. It's things that have become irrelevant in bowling. Stuff has come and gone. A lot of stuff stays with us, but some things have just become not so important anymore. And one of them is static weights. I don't think they really mattered a whole lot ever, but now it's even more irrelevant. Finger weight, thumb weight, side weight, not a factor. It's more of pin placement and pin to pap, the pin position to the positive access point. Those are the things that are relevant. But the irrelevancy is simply, give me a half finger and a quarter side, and that's hogwash right now. Another item that is becoming basically irrelevant is bowling shoes that do not have interchangeable soles or heels. So back in the day, we had shoes that had permanent sole, permanent heel, and you did adjustments with a wire brush, cigarette ashes, whatever you had to put on the bottom of that shoe to make it slide on the sticky approaches. And if they were a very slick approach, you did a lot of brushing to keep the dust out of that shoe. Now interchangeable soles are the only way to go. And that's simply one of the reasons it's become that way is because the surfaces we bowl on are different. In the older days, you had wooden approaches. They didn't have as much problems with being sticky or slippery, and you could adjust to that. But now when you go to synthetic approaches, they're more susceptible to humidity, temperature change in the building. All of those things come into play. So interchangeable soles have made permanent soles and heels irrelevant. Another item that has become irrelevant is vinyl slugs, vinyl thumbs. They were stickier. They didn't work out as easily. They were an option at the time because people didn't want to drill or shape or whatever, so they had ovaled thumbs. But nowadays, with the technology we have for drilling and the consistencies of the slug, those are basically becoming irrelevant. You don't see too many around. There's some people that still use them, don't get me wrong. They like it, they like the feel, but for the most part, that's becoming irrelevant. Another term that has gone by the wayside and has become irrelevant is the word, let go of the ball, you lift it. We don't do that anymore. They teach the yo-yo release for people to get more revs on the ball. Very rarely are people hitting up on it. It's more out onto the lane. You really don't lift the ball anymore. You just rotate through it or around it. Yeah, Mo always had an expression saying that lift set the game back 30 to 40 years. It might have been more than that. And lift has become another term that's irrelevant. This is a tough one, folks, but soon to be irrelevant, one-handed bowlers. Our generation is being taken over by two-handers, and as hard as we want to fight it, the one-handed bowlers are becoming irrelevant. If you start looking at the PBA tour, you'll have tournaments where 6 or 8 people in the top 10 are two-handed, and the other 2 bowlers or 3 bowlers have 550 rev rates. So rev rate is what's dominating. The easiest way to get a rev rate is to throw it with 2 hands. The one-handed bowler is on the verge of extinction and becoming irrelevant. That's our Radical Rundown for today. Subscribe to the channel. Let me hear some comments on this one. We'll talk to you soon.